selling the GTR for snowmobile.
Hey guys, Jason back again with another GTR project video. As you can see, I got some tools laid out, but these are actually for some future projects. Got soldering iron. I need to do some repairing of relays, and obviously the valve cover gaskets and the half moons. Today we're going to be using that because we're going to be replacing this. As you can see, mine's kind of well, ugly. I was going to take it off and sand it and refinish it, but I love carbon fiber, so we're going to go with that option instead. This should be pretty straightforward. If you look at the new unit, you can see where the bolt holes are. There are some hiding here in the back. Those are probably going to be the trickier ones. And obviously we're going to have to remove the cam angle sensor, which is why we need the timing light here. But yeah, first thing we're going to have to do is clear these lines out of the way so we have some more room to work with. Unplug the cam angle sensor. As you can see, I kind of left some marks of how it's set, but I'm going to time it anyway. But yeah, I gotta get these lines out of the way, get it unscrewed, and we should be able to just bolt her back in. Alright, here's the coolant line that was running in front of that cam cover, right below the wiring harness there. If you notice on the bottom, there are 3 holes. There are these 8mm brackets. I found it easier to, or bolts, excuse me, to go into that bracket. I found it easier just to go ahead and remove those, and then you can actually slide this piece that is actually attached to the bottom of the harness here. Just slide it right out. Now that that's all out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and remove the cam angle sensor, and then we can go ahead and start working on getting the cover off. Alright, after much jostling and Clarkson-like hammering, I've gotten the cam angle sensor out. You can see all of that just corrosion. This bad boy hasn't been touched in a while, so we're going to clean this up before we put her back in and get her all timed up again. Next is getting those bolts out of here. Alright, so we got the old cover out of here. You can see the OEM grommet is just ensconced into it, so nice thing is if I ever want to get the timing it had when I got the car, I can just kind of put this back on and it'll hold its place. Here we have the carbon fiber one with the new grommet here. There's the part number for you if you're looking for one. So you pretty much just have to reverse process and put it all back together. And voila, we've got it all back together. It looks real nice. Gaskets in there. Cam angle sensors all back together, kind of cleaned up a little bit. Got the timing light hooked up, you can kind of hear it primed and ready to go. This wire here, that's where you're going to be getting your signal when you're setting your base timing. Now I've heard a lot of people have issues with the OEM ignition harness, getting a signal from it. So we're going to see what we can do today. So we'll just go ahead and fire her up and see how she's running. A better signal. We got it flipped. So unfortunately, as you saw, I wasn't able to set the base timing there. I wasn't able to get a good signal either way with that timing light. So what I'm going to do is limp it over to a shop that's close here and have them do it, because I know the guy has a better timing light. And if that doesn't work, then I'm just going to have to go ahead and replace that ignition harness up there with the specialty wiring and specialties harness, and then I can go ahead and retime it then. But she's in, she looks good. If your cam cover is looking kind of nasty, I highly suggest it. So thank you for joining me on this video, and hopefully I will see you on the next one.